So at the time of Ibn Abbas, radiallahu anhu, a man came to him and said, I asked for a woman's hand in marriage, but she refused me. And then someone else asked the same girl to get married, and she accepted it and married him. So he says that I felt jealous, so I killed her. Will my tawbah be accepted? So Ibn Abbas, radiallahu anhu, he asks him, is your mother still alive? And he says no. So then Ibn Abbas, radiallahu anhu, he says, then make tawbah to Allah and do your best to draw close to him, like get closer to Allah. So then one of the other companions that overheard this conversation, he asks Ibn Abbas, why did you ask him if his mother was alive? He says that Ibn Abbas who says, because I know of no other good deed that brings people closer to Allah than kind treatment and respect towards one's mother, right? So remember, in Islam, if a person has killed another person, there's three options, right? There's either life for life, the ruler will take away their life, or that they give blood money, or that they are forgiven, right? So in this case, probably one of the three options were already taken, and that's why when he's asking Ibn Abbas, he's not saying, oh, you should be, we should get punishment, this and that. That's already been taken care of. So the point that we want to focus on here is that Ibn Abbas, he says that I know of no deed that is greater and that brings a person closer to Allah and also gets them forgiven for a major crime like this, like killing someone, right? Than showing respect and being kind to one's mother. So this is something that we should really take seriously, especially in this day and age. Most people, they don't really treat their parents well. And this is one of the signs of the Day of Judgment, actually. And the way everyone here should be, especially since you guys want to get closer to Allah, you're on this journey, trying to attain Allah's pleasure, ensure that your relationship with your parents are good. Like, especially your mother, like you should befriend them, be kind to them. You should kiss their hands, massage their feet. You should honor them, love them and respect them, and even seek their advice. Like be like a companion to them, be like a friend to them, because you don't realize that they deeply crave your companionship and your friendship. If you were to, even if you don't follow their advice, but you would to just ask for their advice, Mom, I'm trying to do this. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And also your dad, like, what do you guys think of this? Should I do this? Should I do this or not? Oftentimes, you don't need to actually, even if you don't follow their advice, but the fact that you've asked their advice, Allah will put barakah in the things that you're going to do anyway. And ask yourself as well, when was the last time that you told them that you love them? Who here actually tells a mom or dad that they love them? This is something, inshallah, that you should do as much as possible. And also show them your appreciation. Show them that, all the efforts that you've made, all the sacrifices you've made, alhamdulillah, I appreciate it. I ask Allah to bless you, to make dua for you. You see, Abu Hurairah, radiallahu anhu, whenever he would travel and when he would come back from a long journey, he would be at the outskirts of Medina and he would send one of the small kids to his mother's house because he lived with her, and he would go and inform my mother that I am here. Why? Because the mother is always worried that my child is away from me. So he wanted to take away her distress as soon as possible. So sometimes I think when I travel to visit my family about, should we surprise them or not? Then I end up saying, you know what, I'm not going to surprise, because if I actually tell my mother that I'm coming, that's going to bring her happiness. So it's better to tell her that than to delay that happiness, because you don't know as well, how long is a person going to live? Are you even going to see them? You have plans, but perhaps Allah has different plans. Sometimes we delay that connection and forgiving our parents and being good to our parents because we think we have a long time with them. Like in reality, we actually don't know how long we have with them. And you also have the opportunity to build a connection with them, even if they haven't built a connection with you. You don't need to wait for them. They've also been in this state of inertia for a long time, where they've not built a connection with you for such a long time that now there's so many barriers that it's hard to break through that for them. But for you, it's not as hard because you've not lived as long as they've lived. It's easier for you to break that. They might have ego, they might have pride, they have things holding them back, but you don't. And if you were to break those barriers and build a connection with them, they'll really appreciate it. And if you have some problems in life and you can't seem to work out why these things keep happening, perhaps there's blessings that were meant to come your way, but it's been blocked because of how you treat your parents. If you don't treat them well, know that this is one of the main reasons behind blessings coming your way. When you honor them and respect them, Allah will take care of your life. Allah will bless your life. Allah will give you rizq. Allah will give you everything. Because Allah mentions in the Quran that if you have given me shukr, if you have shukr towards me and your parents, these are connected. And what does Allah say in the other ayah? That if you show shukr to me, then I'll give you more and more, right? So shukr to Allah is connected to shukr to your parents. Yeah, they have weaknesses, they have shortcomings, but they're human beings just like you are. And unfortunately, oftentimes, people hold their parents to such standards that they don't hold themselves. So if they were to have kids, they'll probably make even worse mistakes than their parents, but they're very easy to forgive themselves and overlook their own mistakes. But when it comes to their parents, they hold them to every little detail and they remember every mistake they make. That's extremely cruel. And if a person wants openings in the ibadah, they need to make sure that the relationship with their parents is sound. Even when people get married and things like that, if you want to figure out what kind of person to marry, look at their relationship with their parents. Because these are people who they're meant to honor and respect, and to the end of their life, they're not allowed to break ties with them, right? So if they are doing that, then that's a nice indication of how things will be if you get married as well. So yeah, all this to inshallah say that if you want to be forgiven, if you want to raise your rank with Allah, make sure that you build on your relationship with your parents.